Hello Pisces, Pisces rising and Pisces moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card forecast for the week starting January 2nd, 2016. And a quick reminder for you guys, remember that on the 8th, that's the beginning of the Tarot Tutorship online class, so if you want to sign up for it, you do need to go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. I'm going to be sending out documents, reading material, all the kind of stuff for the class, the January 8th class, later on this week, once I see how many people are going to be there. So if you want to sign up, you want to do that quick, and again, you can just do that at my website, same place you'd go to get a session with me, integrativemysticism.com. So what is going on here with your astrology? I'll skip the astrology, went straight to cards. Let's talk about the astrology though really quick. Alright, Tuesday and Wednesday this week, we've got the Sun in Capricorn, your 11th house of friendships and social networking, forming a lovely connection to Mars in your sign. And this is a great time for a lot of you to sort of enlist a friend, or be enlisted by a friend, to actually increase your position or increase your status. In a lot of ways, whether this is at work, somebody offering to help you out with a job, or maybe a collaborative that starts to have a huge payoff sooner than later, or if this could actually be a friend deciding to actually support you by, again, promoting you in a lot of ways, because we're kind of getting rid of some kind of unnecessary boundary between you and a friend or you and an associate this week. We're going to be getting a lot closer to this person. This may actually be somebody you've kind of had that sort of, platonic man crush or woman crush on for some time. Girl crush, I think they call it now. This could be somebody who, again, is quite influential as well, or somebody you already have had a strong relationship with, but again, as this person's status increases, either professionally or socially, so shall yours. And we're doing a tit for tat. We're doing an exchange this week. There's going to be a considerable boost coming your way if you choose to be inclusive with this person. Later on this week, we've got Mercury retrograding away from Capricorn and back into Sagittarius for a short time. And this is going to be in your 10th house of career. And when Mercury retrogrades in our 10th house of career, it's a time to consider, well, taking on opportunities that were not afforded to us before, or maybe finishing something that we did not finish before. And a lot of this is going to be hearkening back to situations that, a lot of things that were put on the table for you perhaps back in October, November 2016. This could actually be a time where a lot of you get a second chance at possibly a job or possibly even a promotion. But one of the things about Mercury retrograde in the 10th house is, even if it goes further back than those months, is that it's also talking about reintegrating some kind of activity or maybe even service that you provide to actually bring you more opportunities for, again, wealth and upward mobility in the workplace. So that's going to be put back on the table for you. So what's going on with your cards this week, we may ask? Well, with your spiritual advice, we do have the card of the Sorceress. And this is a card that talks all about asserting your will, and actually maybe being more diligent about asserting your will and your free will. Because the sorceress is, when we think about the sorceress, or we think about a witch, or we think about a magician, we think about somebody who is not sitting back and constantly waiting for the external to validate or permit them to live a certain way. And whether they're doing it for personal reasons, or they're doing it for the help and health of others, or they're just doing it, as part of their own growth experience. The Sorceress card is talking about not being afraid to be, I guess you could say, the dominant one, or the one who is, again, making a bolder claim. And the Sorceress is the card that talks about paying attention to where we're not asserting our will enough. Maybe we're being too vague, maybe we're being too soft, or being too passive. And this is not a week to be doing that. I think that it's time to be a little bit more aggressive, if anything else. Because the Sorceress, again, is not somebody who's afraid to throw their weight and their will around, and that's what you need to be doing this week. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, Pisces, we've got the Knight of Cups inverted. And again, I think about, well, where are we not throwing our will around enough? Because the Knight of Cups inverted is basically saying you might be feeling like you've ended up in a social situation or a professional situation where you are not compatible with anybody. Whether you're not compatible with the work group that you're in, you're not compatible with the customers and the clients that are coming your way. And the Knight of Cups inverted is saying, we may be losing a passion for the work that we love, but it's not because of the work, it's because, again, the association, the people, the community. And this doesn't necessarily mean we all have to run out and quit our jobs. But I think that with the Knight of Cups inverted, it is important to pay attention to where people are not necessarily seeing you for who you really are, because again, you may have been holding that back a bit too much, because this is you, okay? You're the water sign here. You're the Knight of Cups reversed. And sometimes we get insecure about wanting to, about making waves. We're too concerned with what's marketable, what's going to make money, what's going to be popular, what's going to be acceptable. And, I'll give you, I honestly think, though, with the Knight of Cups reversed, we may have accidentally attracted the wrong crowd to ourselves. So this week, pay attention to where we can fix it. Financially, things are going to be fine. Things are going to be gorgeous. But again, there's more important things, too, in life, enjoyment at work than just the money itself. You have to love where you are. Or at least tolerate it. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, and the others in your life, we do have the card of the Five of Cups upright. And this could be some troubling news coming to you in regards to a friend or a relative actually having to cope with some kind of loss, whether a loss that they have given up themselves, because I do feel like this might actually be somebody who has chosen to give this up or end this, but they're still feeling grief over it, because you can, or maybe just something that was already going to happen naturally for him or her. This could be a loss in the form of a breakup, or or again, maybe even a move that has to happen, or a rift in in their personal life. But the Five of Cups upright says that it's calling on you, Pisces, to definitely be emotionally available for them. Be very careful with the Five of Cups about trying to do the look on the bright side, think positive, because that is going to be, that comes off as sort of like an emotionally unavailable dismissal to people who are in the throes of grief. So you don't want to make that about that. But I think that with the Five of Cups upright, this could be a great opportunity for you to finally see where this person really is in their life versus where they were yesterday. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Four of Wands inverted. And again, a good card to have inverted and a challenge, believe it or not. Because the Four of Wands inverted is basically a card that talks all about, are you able, to create the perfect harmonious environment for all concerned? Alright, the Four of Wands inverted is kind of saying, how do you start fixing things? Your challenge with the Four of Wands reversed is to, in spite of everything that's going on here, start actually perfecting, the tweaks in the environment around you. The Four of Wands inversion is basically saying you're not in a place that's like the end of the world. Things aren't as bad as they look. It's just that we have to be able to give everything a bit of a tune-up. And your challenge is to be willing to give it a tune-up instead of drop it and walk away. And that's actually an interesting challenge to have, because, the tune-up is going to be easier to do. We may not like it. We may feel like it's almost more work. Sometimes when it comes to cleaning my house, I think it'd be easier to just move. But I don't think that's always the best thing to do. The Four of Wands reverse says just clean your house, you'll be okay. Alright, so hopefully that metaphor sank in. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Five of Wands inverted. And this week, I think that for a lot of you Pisces people, when it comes to new love and new love opportunities, the Five of Wands inverted is basically saying you're going to be noticing things getting toned down a little bit with a crush or somebody that you're liking. And when I say toned down, it's not necessarily bad. It's basically talking about, well, now is the time for you and your crush, or even you and your romantic partner. How do you guys stay loving and stay connected, even when emotions aren't so high? Because, we can't stay at a 9 all the time. Because a 9 and a 10 can, veer from passion to anger to drama to melodrama to, very, very quickly. So we're coming, so this is basically saying this week is going to be a theme of, can you and your partner, enjoy the laid-back moments, okay? And maybe you're fine with the laid-back moment, but sometimes our partners don't. Sometimes people don't cope with laid-back moments very well. They feel like, oh, we're drifting, oh, the spark is gone. Maybe it's not. The Five of Wands inverted can be a little bit dispassionate, but it does also say that, look, well, this is an opportunity to work on a different facet of this connection or this relationship. So just because things are toning down this week doesn't mean anything is bad. It just basically means we have an opportunity to get some depth into this as well. So that is your forecast, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you'd like to get a session with me, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com.